Before you install that ad blocker in 2026, you need to hear this. There is a psychological switch inside the internet that controls whether your online experience feels like a helpful butler serving you dinner or a creepy stalker breathing down your neck. And 99% of people are walking around with this switch jammed in the stalker position. If you have ever screamed at your phone because a pair of sneakers followed you from Instagram to YouTube for 3 days straight, or if you have ever felt like Google is literally reading your mind, this isn't a conspiracy, it's a mechanism. Stick around because I'm going to show you the one invisible engine that controls what you see, why you see it, and why, if you actually understood how it worked, you would want to shake its hand. I'm Ben, I'm an SEA intern, that's search engine advertising, and I spend my days looking under the hood of the machine that runs your life. Let's go. Here's what nobody tells you. You think ads are the tax you pay for the internet. You think they are the enemy. But that is because you are looking at them like a victim instead of a participant. Think of the internet like a massive, chaotic cocktail party. There are billions of people shouting, millions of businesses trying to hand you flyers, and infinite noise. In a perfect world, a butler would walk up to you and say, "Sir, I noticed you were looking for a plumber because your basement is flooding. Here is the number for the best guy in town." That is helpful, right? That is a service. But because most people don't understand how the ad auction works, they don't see the butler. They just see a guy handing them a flyer. The reason you feel stalked is actually because the system is working too well. Google, and I'm going to focus on Google because they are the kings of this, doesn't want to annoy you. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you the starving crowd principle, the invisible auction that happens every time you blink, and how to retrain your brain to see ads for what they really are, a survival tool. First, let's talk about what is really going on when you feel stalked. You search for best noise-canceling headphones, like you click one link, you don't buy anything, you leave. 10 minutes later, you're on YouTube watching a video about cats, and boom, there are the headphones. You open your email, boom, headphones. You play a mobile game, boom, headphones. Your brain goes into stranger danger mode. You think, why are they following me? Leave me alone. I didn't buy them for a reason. You feel hunted. But let's flip the script. Let's look at this through the lens of my hero, the legendary copywriter Gary Halbert. Gary Halbert taught a lesson called The Starving Crowd. He asked his students, if you and I both owned a hamburger stand, what advantage would you want to beat me? The students said things like superior meat and better sesame seeds, lower prices, a better location. Halbert said, you can have all of that. I only want one thing, a starving crowd. If you have a crowd of people who haven't eaten in 3 days, you can sell them average burgers at a high price, and they will thank you for it. And you are the starving crowd. When you searched for those headphones, you raised your hand. You told the internet, I am hungry for silence. The stalking, which we in the biz call remarketing, is just the burger stand owner running after you saying, hey, are you sure you aren't hungry? I saw you looking at the menu. The problem isn't the ad. The problem is that you think you are just browsing, but the machine knows you have intent. To understand why this is a service, you have to understand the difference between interruption marketing and search intent. This is the difference between a telemarketer calling you at dinner, interruption, and you calling a plumber when your toilet explodes, intent. Social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, that is interruption marketing. You are there to see your friends or watch funny videos, and they interrupt you with an ad for a t-shirt. That can be annoying. But Google is different. Google is built on search intent. When you go to Google, you are not hanging out. You are on a mission. You are looking for an answer. You are hunting. Plumber near me. How to fix a leaky faucet. A divorce lawyer. Best CRM for small business. You have a problem. You are actively searching for a solution. If Google shows you a funny cat video when you search for emergency plumber, Google has failed. You would stop using Google. So Google must show you the most relevant solution possible. Sometimes that solution is an organic link, a blog post, but often the best solution is an ad. Why? Because businesses pay to put their best offer right in front of your face when you need it most. Imagine you are in a strange city. It is 11 p.m., you are starving, you search pizza near me. Boom, an ad pops up, Tony's Pizza, open now, 5-minute delivery. Do you get angry? Do you say, how dare Tony stalk me with his pepperoni? No, you say, thank God for Tony. Like you had the intent, hunger. Tony had the solution, pizza. Google just made the introduction. That is not a nuisance. That is a butler. Now you might be thinking, okay, Ben, but what about the spam? What about the scams? What about the ads that suck? Great question. This brings us to the ad auction. Most people think the advertiser with the most money wins. They think Coca-Cola can just pay $1,000 to show you a Coke ad when you search for Pepsi. Wrong. Google actually rigs the game in your favor. They use something called a quality score. This is huge. Listen to this. Every time you search, an auction happens in milliseconds. Google looks at all the advertisers who want to reach you, but they don't just look at the bid, the money. They look at three things. Relevance. Does the ad match what you searched for? Expected click-through rate. Do people actually click this ad? Landing page. Experience. Is the website good or is it a scammy mess? If an advertiser has a low quality score, meaning their ad is irrelevant or their site sucks, Google punishes them. Google will actually make them pay more money to show up lower on the page, or Google won't show them at all. And think about that. Google is literally fining companies for being annoying. If a company tries to show you a buy a tractor ad when you search for buy a toaster, Google says, no, that is a bad user experience. Get out of here. Google protects the searcher, that's you, over the advertiser. Why? Because if you stop trusting the search results, you stop using Google. And if you stop using Google, their business dies. So when you see an ad at the top of the page, it hasn't just bought its way there. It has earned its way there by being relevant to what you asked for. Let's get concrete. Let's talk about how this actually helps you in the real world, especially with local business. We live in the era of the near me search, a coffee shop near me, mechanic near me, dentist near me. These are high-intent searches. You aren't browsing, you're ready to go. Google Ads allows local businesses, the mom and pop shops, not just the big corporations, to compete for your attention right at that critical moment. Advertisers can use geo-targeting. They can draw a 5-mile radius around their shop and say, only show my ad to people inside this circle. This is amazing for you. It means you don't see ads for a dentist in New York when you're in Chicago. That would be a waste of your time and the advertiser's money. It gets even better. Have you ever seen a call-only ad? This is where there is no website link. There's just a button that says call. You are driving, your car breaks down, you search tow truck, you see a big button that says call now, you tap it, you are talking to a human in 5 seconds. That is an ad, but it doesn't feel like an ad. It feels like a lifeline. The business pays for that click. They pay for the privilege of helping you when you are stranded on the side of the road. Without that ad ecosystem, you would be scrolling through a chaotic list of organic results, clicking on websites that might be out of business, loading slow pages. It would be a nightmare. Imagine a world without this data. Imagine a world where Google didn't stalk you. You think you want privacy? Let me tell you what the internet looked like in 1999. It was the Wild West. You would go to a news site and see flashing banners for punch the monkey to win an iPod. You would see ads for meet singles in Russia and refinance your mortgage on a website about Pokemon. It was garbage. It was interruption marketing at its worst. Because the advertisers didn't know who you were or what you wanted, they had to shout at everyone. They had to be spray and pray. Today, because of data, because of keywords, and because of that stalking, ads can be quiet, they can be relevant. If you are a 25-year-old guy interested in gaming, you will never see an ad for knitting supplies. You are saved from that irrelevance. The data acts as a filter. It creates a personalized bubble where the commercial messages you see are actually things you might want. Is it perfect? No. Sometimes you buy the sneakers and the ad keeps following you. That's just a lazy advertiser who didn't set up their burn pixel correctly. That's human error, not system malice. But generally, the system is designed to align your intent with the solution. So, how do you live in peace with this system? How do you flip the switch? I'm going to give you 3 mental shifts to handle ads in 2026. Shift 1, respect the vote. Every time you click an ad, you are voting. You are telling the algorithm, this was good, this was relevant. If you see an ad that is irrelevant, ignore it. Do not click it out of curiosity. If you click it, you teach the machine you want more of it. If you ignore it, the advertiser's click-through rate drops, their quality score drops, and Google stops showing them to you. You have the power to kill bad ads just by ignoring them. Shift 2, use near me to your advantage. When you need something fast, lean into the ads. The businesses at the top of the near me search are usually the ones who are most aggressive about wanting your business right now. They are paying to be there. They are open for business. Use that. Shift 3, realize you are the starving crowd. When you feel that urge to buy something and you see an ad for it, don't get paranoid. Recognize it. I am the starving crowd. Google is serving me the burger. It takes the fear out of it. You are not being manipulated. You are being catered to. Now, I know what you are thinking. But Ben, they are selling my data. I am the product. Look, I get it. Nobody likes the idea of a file somewhere with their name on it. But let's be real about the trade-off. Like Google Search is free, Google Maps is free, Gmail is free, YouTube is free. These services cost billions of dollars to run. The servers, the engineers, the electricity, and who pays for it? The advertisers. And the advertisers pay Google so that you don't have to. The cost of your free navigation system that guides you around traffic jams is that occasionally you see a pin for a coffee shop on the map. The cost of unlimited video hosting on YouTube is that you watch 5 seconds of an ad for a movie you might actually want to see. It is a social contract, and honestly, it is the best deal in human history. You get the sum of human knowledge at your fingertips for $0. In exchange, you let a butler suggest a few products based on things you have already told him you like. So the next time you search for winter coat and suddenly all the banners turn into parkas, don't get mad, don't install the blocker. Take a second to appreciate the engineering, appreciate the quality score that filtered out the scams, appreciate the search intent matching that connected your problem with a solution, and realize that the machine isn't stalking you. If you think I'm in the wrong, then go ahead and drop a comment. I'm Ben, your SEA insider. I'll see you in the next auction.